Cool. We are live. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the 25th edition episode of the Dojo Kun Chill Shack. With me today, my guest co-host for his first time live on stream, Don Edwards. How are you doing, Don?
Cue the cheering crowds. Oh! I am great,
That's
sir.
right.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for being here. So before we bring in our guest, I want to let people know that Don and I have known each other as acquaintances on Facebook for years now.
Yep.
And it wasn't till, I don't know, just a few months back where he said, "Hey, are you CG?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, "Oh, cool," because I just found out what that is. And so, yeah, he's definitely a part of the community, and it's great to have him. So let's say hey to the guys in the chat. We had a greeting earlier before the show started from Genuine Comics, Dave Brink. He's said he's going to have to come back and watch this on the replay because he's in the Netherlands and he's sawing logs right now, snoring away, I'm sure. And also live in our chat, we've got Tentacle Pentacle, one of the best names in CG. Yep.
Awesome.
And for all of you who join us later, either on the live stream or in the replay, we really appreciate all of you. We know we've got some great streams going on at the same time. So if you want to come back and watch us later, that is awesome. And we'll be glad to have you. So today, our guest, the creator of the Relentless Tin Soldier, the first campaign, which funded and fulfilled. I have my copy right over here. And we will talk to him about the current campaign. It's Nicholas Geer. How you doing, Nicholas?
Hail, Nicholas.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here. So we're going to talk about your campaign, where it stands. You're going to tell us about the tiers that are available and all of the great artwork that's being done on it. So if you'd like, what I can do is go straight to bringing that up on screen so we can get right to the explanation.
Okay.
All right, so Chrome tab, got to do this step by step here. So the first thing we'll do is...
Sorry. I'm just having fun. It's all good.
Okay, yeah, no, that's what this is all about, man. All right, so this is the first campaign.
Okay.
So in order for me to be able to read it, what I need to do is look at the window itself instead of what you're seeing here, the three of us. So you may have to walk me through going down the campaign. But the first thing I want to show is on his first campaign, he had 92 backers and $2,355. That's pretty good because it funded, and he was able to fulfill, on time, which is awesome. Now, personally, I got the Shelby Robertson cover. I'm a shameless simp for Shelby Robertson, but I mean, pretty much anything he does, he's got the Midas touch. He's really a fantastic artist.
Yeah,
underrated in my opinion. But as even a better picture of it right here, doing of course the Action Comics #1 homage. Shelby is a big homage artist. He loves doing that kind of thing, and of course he makes it his own. But
hey, I'm back.
Oh, did you dip out?
Yeah, that's one of the problems of living in the country. We tend to dip in, dip out, dip in.
Same, yeah.
All right, so there's actually a couple pieces of art here that we will be talking about soon. There's this Grand Nolan head sketch.
Look at this guy.
And this here is the Andy Smith version with all of those abs.
Powerhouse.
Yeah. Okay,
now
so
that is comics right there, buddy. Power.
That's right.
I love this. Let's go look at. I got to draw that guy sometime, somehow. I got to find some time to draw that guy.
Just I bet Nicholas would love some fan art.
Green Duck.
I love. This is going to sound so gay, but it's not. I love metal shiny men. Sorry, it's just the way it is. Colossus is one of my favorite X-Men characters, and this guy, I think you could give Colossus a run for his money.
I'll bet he could.
Oh, he'd wipe the floor with Colossus.
There you go.
All right, so let me see. Okay, yep. So I do need to share again in order to go to the other campaign. So just give me a second here to clunk through this. Chrome tab. Come on. Oh, there it is. And then I got to go back to StreamYard. They don't make this very fluid. There we go. All right. So on this campaign, I don't want to steal your thunder. Why don't you go ahead and walk us through it, Nicholas, and I'll drive. You can tell me, if you want me to scroll or what you want us to take a look at.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just start at the beginning of it where it says Tin Soldier's back and kind of scroll down a little bit. So this is the first cover. It's going to be the Indiegogo exclusive, and that's by Chris Graves.
Man, it's awesome. Beautiful.
Appreciate it.
I like the perspective on that one.
Yeah, it's very menacing.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Did a great job with that one. And the next, if you'll scroll down to the next cover, that's a cover by Robert Powers.
The state of this guy.
Yeah.
Woo! I love it. That's got to be
so
the
Robert,
bad guy.
he did the. It is. He makes it. This is his first appearance in this comic book, and Robert Powers did all this. He did the pencils, inks, colors, all of it.
Everybody, my mom says hi. Just to let you know.
Hey.
Sorry. She's over here on the side. Tell him I said hi. Tell him I said hi.
And so this is the third cover. It was kind of a last minute thing. But it's by Eric Nowotowski, and it's going to be a connecting cover. So if you back my book and get this cover, and you back Tragedy 3, if you'll scroll down, you'll see what the two covers look like when you put them together.
That is such an awesome idea.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And
so if you back both campaigns, the two covers kind of add up to look like that.
And for anybody who doesn't know, do go check out Tragedy. I've backed the first few issues. It's really, really good. I can't wait for the next one.
I know for most of my audience, prefer Indiegogo. So he starts out on Kickstarter, but he'll bring it over to Indiegogo as soon as the Kickstarter's over.
Yes, but he does have some Kickstarter exclusive covers too, though. So you may want to go check that out if you're one of those that doesn't mind backing on Kickstarter. I know I've got my own reasons too, not to, but sometimes I'm tempted enough if they've got exclusive covers over there. And boy, when he does covers, he does a lot of variant covers.
It makes it hard to pick with how many covers he's got.
Yeah. I think on the last issue there were 20 variants. So, okay, but back to your story. Sorry.
No, it's good. So if you'll scroll down to the pencils and inks previews, pencils and inks, and so that's Alessandro Ventura, and he's 100% done with pencils and inks. So,
excellent storytelling.
Appreciate it. He did a great job.
Ooh,
and it's good
that middle panel. That middle panel is awesome. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
You almost feel the rocks coming off the page. Very nice.
And so this is just previews of the colors and the lettering. Eduardo Garcia Illustrations is doing the coloring and the lettering.
Nice perspective.
And we're probably about 50% through on the colors.
Okay. I was going to say, in addition to nice perspective, really good with the vanishing points. I mean, everything seems to be in proportion. This is really good art.
Except for that one brick right down there.
They do a great job.
One brick. Right? This one, right?
Yeah.
It's got a weird chip. You can have your name written on a brick.
Right.
Dude, you know what? You kid, but that's a good idea. People would go for that.
Yeah, you could make that a tier.
like a hole on a graffiti wall or something,
Yeah. So this is a preview of the Keshi figure by Eric Huffles. If I'm saying his name right.
Oh, those are cool.
It's not done. That's not the finished molding. The two across from it are. But that's just a little preview, and you can add that on as an add-on perk.
Nice.
You're saying his name right? It's
stuff going on.
And so that $3,000 stretch goal, I shared it on Twitter. I hadn't put it on here yet, but it's going to be a comic-sized print, and it's Alan Goldman pencils, and Matt Banning is doing the inks on it.
Well, we've recently heard a lot about Matt Banning. He's doing the work on the inking on Reaper Destroyer for Joe M. Sontag.
Yep.
Oh, there's a book too, boy. Ooh.
Yeah. So you've got
That's a
that banning on this
fella.
one here. This is the one you're talking about, though, right? This print right here.
No, the print. It's on. I should have shared it on Twitter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I shared it on Twitter. I hadn't put it on here yet because we haven't met the stretch goal yet.
I see. And this then is Tyler
That
Kirkham,
was
right?
everywhere in the 90s.
This right here, it's Eric Nolentowski art, but it's the original art cover to my exclusive Final Boss for Tyler Kirkham's Final Boss. But the original cover is available. Here's a.
This is excellent stuff.
So is that tier? I'm gonna cheat and jump ahead. Is that tier still available then?
It is.
Oh, yep,
it is.
So you get an original Eric Nolentowski of Final Boss and Relentless Tin Soldier for $500.
And it's the cover to my exclusive to Tyler Kirkham's Final Boss.
Okay. Wow.
But it's the original art for it.
Got lots of collaborations going on with this. I like it.
You know, that's my thing, is like the early 90s. That was my favorite part of Image, is how, everything crossed over. So I've been talking with somebody, and if it all works out, we'll have a pretty big crossover for issue 3.
Oh, excellent. Good to hear. I didn't see my email. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the 90s were my jam too, dude. I feel you on that one. I love 90s comics.
And it was so cool for Image Comics. You never know who was going to show up in each book.
Yep.
Right.
The style, the energy, just the madness of it. It's brilliant. Thank you for helping to keep that alive.
You know what?
Appreciate
I'm going to just go ahead. Let's see, where is it? Okay. I'll start my camera.
There he is.
I'm going to solo out for a second just to show you guys one of the examples that Nicholas is talking about. So this is Cyberforce with Ripclaw, but as you can see, Pitt was the guest star.
Pitt.
That would be one heck of a homage cover.
Yeah, it would.
Nice.
So let me. So I actually I recently did a homage to Cyberforce #1, and the original art sold on this campaign for it.
Oh yeah. So I'm checking to see. Okay. So the art on this one was Silvestri. That's why it looks so good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It was just a fan art piece that I'd commissioned because I just thought it'd be neat. But if you'll scroll all the way down, you'll be able to see it. And it was a homage cover to issue #1.
All right, let me.
But that's original art right there. It's available for sale too. But this one's sold, but it's a homage to Cyberforce #1.
You drew this?
No, that's Alan Goldman.
Oh, it's still whatever. It's brilliant, man.
Wow. Yeah. So
and of course, it was a fan art piece, so I can't offer any like prints or anything of it. But you can see the colors on my Twitter. It was just something I wanted to have for myself.
Oh, okay. So obviously, I recognize Relentless Tin Soldier, and Pitt. Mm-hmm. Is this black and white over here?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and then who's this guy?
That's Rascal from Black Flag. Yeah.
Oh, from Black Flag. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any day now, Dan. I'd love to read that.
Man, that is a gorgeous piece.
Okay, so tell us about this one.
It's just another fan art piece I had. I like, commissioning my character against other people's characters just for personal reasons to have it. And that's Aaron Lepresti's Garbage Man. But the original art's for sale.
And who did this one?
J.C. Fabul.
Okay. Oh, I recognize that name. How come I recognize that name? Where have I seen that before?
He does a lot of good work.
Nice inks. Nice.
Yeah, this is very good. All right, cool. So let's go back up here to the top then and talk about the tiers that you have available, and take your time if you want to spell it out. Oh, hang on one second. Let's have a look here. So when we started, talking about this. You had 72 backers, 2,831. So although you don't have as many backers this time, like we talked about before the show started, you've raised more money in the crowdfunding. And what is it that you attributed
Yep.
that to?
I think it's probably the add-ons. I've got the final boss, my exclusive final boss is an add-on. Got the Keshi figure as an add-on. You can add on issue 1. But I think stuff like that.
Yeah, the add-on of the catch-up tier, I think, is the one that is probably the wisest of the bunch. Keshis are cool. I like the original art thing, but the catch-up tier is something that I think is a great idea to do. And when I see that, if it's a campaign I haven't backed before, I usually go for that and get both books or all 3 books or whatever it is.
Right.
I think, in fact, on Jack Irons, there was like 4 that I had missed. So I got like a whole library coming to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's cover your tiers. What have you got here?
So the first one there is the featured tier. It's just all 3 covers. So you just get all 3 covers in one shot.
So you've got
All
Chris
for $30
Graves.
is not bad.
Yeah, that's very good. That's a great price point.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, tell me again, who did the connecting cover? Is that Ninotowski?
It is, yeah.
Okay, all right.
And I offer a digital tier just because the way shipping is, I only ship to the U.S. for the campaign. It's kind of hard for me to justify charging somebody the prices for international shipping. But if
Yeah, I
somebody
agree.
outside of the U.S. really want the physical book, if they'll reach out to me, I'll send them a secret perk. We'll work it out. I've actually had a couple do it already.
Oh, good for them. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And not just for international shippers, but some people actually like to have their books with them on the bus or the train or whatever, or when they go on vacation, they don't actually want to take the hard copy with them, so they might
Yeah.
like the digital copy either instead
Absolutely.
or can you get it as an add-on as well?
Yeah, you can get it as an add-on. You can also add on the issue 1 as a add-on as well for digital.
Okay, see, that's a great idea. Oftentimes, I'm really way more of a person who likes hardcover. I'd really rather have the comic
Me
in my
too.
hand. But
Me too.
if I have an opportunity to have both, I sometimes want the digital in order for its portability, and it's much safer in my
Right.
phone or my iPad than to try to carry it in my suitcase or whatever. So it's a
Absolutely.
great idea for those folks as well. Okay, let's see what else you got here.
And so the next 3 perks are just each individual cover themselves.
So
like I said, the Chris Graves one's going to be the Indiegogo exclusive.
Right. And the great thing about this one here is, as you folks can see, it's $12, which in itself is a great price point. How many pages is this? Oh, it's right there on the left.
28-page comic.
28 page, full color. Okay, so 28 pages, $12 is a reasonable, very affordable price point for that. And so you can get the Chris Graves cover, you can get the Robert Powers cover, you can get the left half of the connecting cover by Eric Ninotowski. And the great thing about the featured tier is that, okay, all 3 combined, would be what, 36. So you're saving $6 if you get the featured tier and get all 3 of them for 30.
Yep.
That's a really great deal. And then, okay, so you've got issue 2 interior art. So this is the page that Don was talking about, that he was so impressed with the explosion of the ground beneath that. Is that a Jeep? But whatever the car is.
Yeah.
Right.
SUV, something like that.
So this is and the way this perk's going to work is it's going to be first come, first serve. So almost all the pages, interior pages, are available, and so whoever backs first on that's going to get to pick from whichever one they want, and the second guy will get to pick whichever one he wants, and the third guy gets to pick whichever one he wants.
I see. Wow,
So,
that's great.
Yeah.
$100 is pretty affordable for original art of an interior page. I see 2 of them are claimed. There's still 23 of them left, but that also tells me that there are 5 of them are not available. Which ones are those?
See, so in this issue, my daughter actually created a character, and so a couple of those pages I saved, kind of put up on her wall.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're such a good dad.
Yeah.
Can you share how old your daughter is? I don't want to pry.
She's 9. She's 9.
9 years old. That's cool that she's involved. Great dad. Yep.
That's awesome.
All right. So here then is the original Tin Soldier versus Garbage Man. And Fabul, is that how you say his name?
Yeah, JC Fabul.
Fabul, okay. So there's one of those available. You've got this one here. You said also by Ninoltowski.
Right. And it's
And
the cover
then-
to my exclusive.
And then the fan art one is gone, but man, I'm jelly.
I kind of figured that one would go quick.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, I'm
So
jelly
Sumo,
for
who's
that
in-
one.
So Sumo, who's in all the chats, he's the one that actually picked that up.
Oh,
That's a
Sumo
sweet
Thori
piece.
got it?
Yep. And
I have to give
I
him
reached
some
out to him. As soon as the campaign closes, I'm gonna ship it out to him. I'm not gonna wait for the book to be printed or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice of you. That's great.
He's probably itching to get it.
Yeah, right. Probably
Yeah.
already got the frame.
That's with any of the original art. Once the campaign closes, I'll get it shipped out.
Awesome.
That
That's
is
good customer
stuff,
service.
sir. Yes.
And so if you'll click on one, it'll bring up the add-ons, and we can go through the add-ons real quick. Just click on
all right,
one of the
let me-
perks.
Yeah, let me just stop sharing for a second and make sure I don't
Log out.
dox myself. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah, we're good. So let me go back to sharing.
I got to tell you, I'm in awe. It's beautiful
some good
artwork.
stuff.
Just beautiful.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
I mean, you
Appreciate
see a
it.
lot of Indiegogo stuff and, not naming names or nothing, but it's kind of lousy. You see great cover, right? Interior art, and you kind of have
Yeah.
to justify paying that money. But
I've
something
seen a
like
few like
this
that.
here, good Lord, man. This is professional quality through and through. And I'm saying that I haven't even read the story yet.
I try to get the best guys that I can afford on it.
Oh my word. I think you did a great job. And I think
So
anyone
if
that
you-
backs this is going to be pleased.
If you, I'm kind of excited because I should have it pretty soon. But the cover for issue 3, I think, is going to blow people away.
Oh yeah? Okay, cool. Did you
Yeah.
wait a second? Did you get a DL Keown cover before Malin?
No. So everybody's chasing Del Keown right now. Everybody's chasing Del Keown, so I went for another megastar.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, I can't wait to see it then when you're ready to announce it.
Going to break out that Todd McFarlane
appreciate
cover.
Right.
I wish.
Yeah, I was going to go after John Byrne, but 10,000 is a little bit more than I can afford.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's.
Oh,
Hey, but you know what?
okay.
That's the thing is like, if John Byrne would do it, even if he has a set price of $10,000, it's cool that he will actually do it. You know what I mean? Because I've
Yeah.
reached out to a couple guys, and you don't hear anything back.
Right. Some of them you've got to go through an agent or whatever. Which
Yeah.
I mean isn't terrible because I'm sure they get a zillion requests. I'm actually on a waiting list for
Absolutely.
a really big name, and they said maybe in 2023 he'll get back to you. I'm like, okay, well, if he does get back to me, I'm
It's gotta
sure
be
I'll have
nice
a
to be that
cover
busy.
ready.
Yeah.
If he gets back to me, I'm sure I'll have something to ask him to do because I would
Right.
kill to have this guy do the cover. Okay, so anyway, go ahead and tell us about your add-ons.
So the signature perk is an add-on, and it's $3. And I don't like my book signed, to be honest with you. I just don't. But so anybody
Okay.
that actually wants it signed, that's basically just their way of saying, "Hey, please sign my book." And then the next one's the issue 1 reprint, where you can add on the reprint,
Okay.
and then you can have your name put in the book as a special thank you. Of course, you can add on each of the covers. That's your digital one, issue 1 digital. You can add on the Keshi figure. You can add on, and then the Final Boss exclusive graphic novel.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
So let me make sure that this is clear because I think I just realized what you're saying about this one. So this graphic novel here with this cover by Ninoltowski
Yes.
is actually the Final Boss comic book.
Yeah, so that's Final Boss.
Okay.
It's just
All right.
I have an exclusive cover for it.
Wow, that's very cool actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you look at Mark Polton's about to launch the Ultimate Edition of U.S. Assassin, and he also
Mhm.
has Final Boss with his own exclusive cover.
Oh, wow, that's cool. I didn't know that Tyler Kirkham would be amenable to working with us. I'm glad to see that.
I and I don't know his view on any of that stuff, but he's been real easy to work with and real easy. He communicates real well, and I've got nothing
Okay, well,
bad to
that's
say
good to
about him.
hear. I did back Final Boss. I got it over here someplace, but yeah, it looked really good to me. And of course, his art is phenomenal. He did
Oh
in
yeah,
fact, he also did the cover of Tragedy that I backed. So,
yeah.
yeah, he's really a great artist. So
Tyler
I'm glad
Kirkman's
to hear
gotten
he's
really good over the last few years.
Yeah.
The cover for Tragedy he did is almost like photorealistic.
Oh, really?
It's simple,
It,
but it's amazing. It's kind of
um,
not that simple to draw, but it's a simple
yeah, it's not a
image.
hard layout.
Yeah. And as far as shipping goes, so any of the perks that's not the original art is $6, and none of the add-ons add to shipping.
Oh, that's great to know. Okay, so that was me rifling through my books because I'm gonna dare to come on again to show you guys what we're talking about. So let's see here. Solo layout, but I guess I gotta do this. So here's the Final Boss by Tyler Kirkham. This is
That is a tight.
the regular cover,
Right.
signed by Tyler. But then here's the Tragedy cover we were talking about.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
It's a
great
little
stuff.
different style for him on that second one. It was a little different.
Yeah. So yeah, working with him, I'm glad to hear it's easy to do. That he's professional and cooperative. That's very awesome.
Oh yeah.
And he did great work. It's great that he's got the exclusive cover to work with you on that, so that you've got Relentless Tin Soldier about to face the final boss character. I haven't read it
That's
yet.
pretty cool.
Is that actually the character's name in Final Boss, or is that something else?
No, it's Tommy Blazin.
Okay. Oh, like a Johnny Cage kind of thing. I get it. All right. Well, cool. Is there anything else you want us to have a look at before we go on to Don's art?
No, just if you want to do the drawing for the original art at the end of it, or now, or whenever you want to do that.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you reminded me. Let's do that now. So let me
Yeah.
stop sharing this
Okay.
and do this. And for anyone, while I'm doing this, folks, I did put the link to his Indiegogo campaign in the description of this video. So please make sure you go check that out. Share screen. Hopefully I'll be able to share the random number generator. I think I will. We'll find out in a moment here. Okay, so we're on the random number generator. And I think you told me that the first group is going to be from numbers 1 to 27. Is that right?
Let me double check it just to make sure.
Oh, yeah. We want to be fair.
I want to get to my own profile. Oh, there it is. So yeah, the first 27 backers in the first one, and that's for the Graham Nolan head sketch.
Okay, now, everybody, full transparency. I am among those 27. So if it pulls up my number, this is not
You're
rigged.
Michael Bancroft, huh?
Right. Oh, look, the winner is Clark Menard. That's my son. All right. So let's go and see what happens when I generate from 1 to 27. All right, number 10.
So 10.
Now, don't
see
say
if
their
it's
name in case they don't want everyone to know, but just make
Yeah,
sure
I'm
that
not going to that.
Wait,
make sure
I
you've
think
got
I got
somebody
bingo. Bingo! I got it.
Okay, everybody knows his name. So
Really? Okay. Well,
yeah,
is it a name like, let's say for example, I was only known as Dojo Kun. If that was the case, is it that kind of name, or is it
it's
somebody's
it,
actual?
it's a name he's known as on Twitter, YouTube, everything.
Do you think it's okay then to share it?
That's awesome. I think so.
All right.
It's Mark
Who
Fulton.
do you got? Mark Paul.
Mark Fulton. Yeah.
All right. Excellent. The moral compass himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've got another one, and this one's for the Andy Smith picture, right? The 3/4
Right.
body
And then it's
picture of.
so it's 1/62 on that one.
Okay, so if it draws 10 again, are you going to have me generate another, or does Mark win them both? Just checking before we do
Nah,
this.
he don't get them both.
He doesn't
He
get
don't
them
get
both.
them
Okay,
both.
so if we roll it, or if it rolls a 10 here, we'll have to pick another winner. So let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Nope, it brought up 18.
18.
Lucky with 18.
Drum roll, please.
So I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know that he's that on Twitter or anything like that. But I'm glad that he won it. He's a great guy.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good to hear that somebody great won it. I'm hoping
That's
most
awesome.
of the people who backed it are great, because after all, they're willing to back your book.
Oh,
That makes them great
they
right
all
there.
are, of course.
Right.
Yeah, we really got to stop giving the stuff to bad people. It's just terrible.
Oh, exactly. All right, cool. Well, I'm glad we did that live on the show. I appreciate you doing that here. I think I agree with Don. That's a great idea to have these to build extra attention to the campaign and extra interest.
Well, I like to be able to give stuff back. I'm not a huge original art collector. I do have a couple pieces that I really, really like. But so the Graham Nolan was a back cover to my first issue, and so it's something that I used. And then the Andy Smith one was a print for the first campaign. So I like to, the people that back deserve a chance at something at least.
That's cool. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Art from Comicsgate Kings. I mean, Jesus, that's too cool. Too cool.
I'm bummed I didn't win, but I appreciate the opportunity. I almost did.
Yeah.
I still think people would have said it's rigged.
I got this close to winning. I got pretty close to winning something on the Reaper Destroyer giveaway the other day.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that launch was just phenomenal.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I told him before he was on my show before. We did a pre tailgate party on my show before he did his tailgate party on his show before the launch on Bancroft's. And I told him, I said, "You're going to fund on Bancroft's show." He's, "Oh, come on. I'm like, "No, dude, you are going to fund during his show. I guarantee it." And then I said,
yeah.
I predict, and in this one he definitely poo-pooed, but I predict it's going to be a 6-figure campaign. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
And I mean, there have been a few who haven't been 30-year industry professionals who have hit 6 figures. Von Klaus did it. Clint Stoker did it. I don't know. Has Mandy Summers hit 6 figures yet? If she hasn't, she's at least hit the 80,000.
Not on a single campaign, I don't think.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. She's hit like $250,000 on her campaigns combined, but I think she's hit 80,000 on a single campaign. So there's hope for us all.
Oh yeah.
And now
you just got to keep at it.
Tin Soldier will do it as well.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks.
That's right. I'm calling it, man. 500,000 tonight. Chat's going to go crazy. The world's going to split in half, and it will be funded many times over.
Hey.
So you know what? I didn't ask you, Nicholas. What is your funding goal on this campaign?
It was 1,500.
Oh, so you're funded already. You're good to go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
there you go.
I set the goal low, because pretty much most of the book's already done anyway, and I set the goal low just to make sure that it gets funded and I can get it out there to people. And
fantastic. You're making some of us look bad.
I'm just gathering all the. I've never done this before. I tried a Kickstarter years ago and didn't fund, and it kind of depressed me. But I'm going to do an IGG, and I don't have any
Okay.
idea how to do it. So this is all a big learning experience for me. So don't be surprised if I, come to you guys later and say, "You got some ideas, suggestions to help old boy out?"
I think the biggest thing is to network as much as you can, build an audience, get in the
Mhm.
chats, communicate with people. I
So
wish I had
this,
time to do a show, but I'm dad of three kids and work 2 jobs most of the time. So, but yeah, network as much as you can. Be in the chats, just talk to people.
And then, Don, when it comes to the actual nuts and bolts of building the campaign on Indiegogo, I'll definitely
yeah,
help you out.
I appreciate that because, there's just so much stuff that I want to do, and then there's the practicality of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that have a high upfront initial investment, but they pay
Hmm.
off. And one example is the challenge coin that I included with the Siamese campaign. That
Hmm.
was expensive as hell, but at the right price point, so long as I didn't overprice it, people really loved it, and it did pay for itself. I didn't make a whole lot on it, but I just loved them, and the fact that it paid for itself made it worth it because people really, they kept showing it when they opened the book. They'd show it on screen, like, hey, look what I got, and that kind of thing. That's great advertising.
Yeah, I love seeing these ones that come out with their own action figures. That's
Yeah.
just,
Well,
to me, that
Oh
blows my
yeah.
mind.
absolutely. Whether they're static like statues, whether they're
Hmm.
3D printed, or the Keshi figures that Eric Hutfels is doing, like for
Hmm.
Nicholas here, those things
Hmm.
are a hot item, and yeah, they definitely enhance, I think, the campaign. I think the most important
Oh yeah.
thing about these extras that come, because some people say they don't want stickers or they don't want bookmarks, and sometimes those look very good, particularly if you get Phoenix Animation to do them on metal. He can sublimate it on the metal for you, but in some instances, some campaigns have extra items that are directly related to the theme of the campaign. Like Nefarious, for example, he had an ammo box with his Mavericks because those guys are all mechs with the high um, the rifles and all that attached to their mechs and all that. So the ammo box made sense, and it was a great addition to his campaign. He's great at marketing, so he's another one you might want to hit up as far as getting ideas as to what to put on your campaign that directly relate to your character. And your
Oh
character,
yeah.
Don, I think is unemployed duck. Is that right?
Well, yeah. I got a little bit of news to tell you about my upcoming campaign. I'm
Oh,
not just going to
excellent.
do one. I'm going to do a 3-in-1, something that I
Oh,
don't see out there.
you wanna go ahead and segue right into that then? What have you got?
I don't want to steal dude's thunder. This is
No, I
about
think he
him
No,
right
said
go
that.
now.
ahead.
I think he said
I'm
that
actually
was what he
interested in
wanted to
seeing it.
cover.
Oh, okay. Well, I have like every other creative person. You got all these ideas running around your head,
Hmm.
and the problem is you want to hurry up and get them all down, but you guys know how it is. I don't have to tell you. So I figured instead of just doing the one, you know, the one campaign, do 3-in-1. I want to do my team book, Omega Mission, which is basically my version of the Avengers, but they're not just, how the Avengers, they fight the bad guys. The Omega Mission helps with everything from natural disasters to evil. You don't see any books out there just like there's this flood in Louisiana and there's all these people trapped on the roof. Nobody goes to help them. They're too busy fighting in the multiverse. So that's kind of what my characters are. I don't want to say real world because one of my characters shoots fire from his hands. That's about as far from real world as it gets. But you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Yes.
A little bit more grounded that way. And then the other one would be the unemployed duck, who everybody's screaming for. I don't know why. Uh,
I
um,
think he looks cool. I've seen
Thank you. I
your Twitter. I think
appreciate
the
that.
Unemployed Duck looks really cool.
I appreciate that. That actually came from an inside joke between me and my mom. Uh, Back in the day, I had trouble keeping a job, as most creative types do. And I told her my name is Don. Okay, that's kind of obvious. And I said my nickname's Duck. And I told her, I says,
Oh.
I'm so sorry that I'm just nothing but an unemployed duck. And she said, Write that down. Draw that right now. That's a great name. And she had a legal pad. We were eating at a Shoney's, and she gave me the legal pad, and I sketched it out. Just little raggedy duck with a raggedy cape and the raggedy sweater for a uniform, and it just kind of has always been my mascot. And I've never really been able. I've always been dreaming up a story because I love the little guy. I think he'd be cool. And I finally got a story together, and I'm excited to tell it.
All right. Yeah. Sometimes those anthropomorphic characters really hit it off.
Oh, he's more than anthropomorphic. He's crazy.
If you do draw Tin Soldier, I think it'd be cool with like a unemployed duck Tin Soldier crossover type pinup or something.
It is on, sir. It is on. This will happen. This will happen.
Awesome.
And the third, it's going to be 3 stories, 15 pages apiece, hopefully. Yeah.
All in one graphic novel?
All in one, yeah. The Don Edwards 3-in-1. And the third one's going to be this character, Ultra Kyle. And Ultra Kyle is a story about, spoiler alert, Kyle. He finds what he thinks is a regular ink pen. And it turns out to be an ancient alien artifact. And what happens is anything he draws becomes reality. It becomes to life. And hello, little girl. How you doing? So what happens is the first time he uses it, it sends a communique out to the bad aliens that want to come get it. And then they go and they kidnap Kyle's mom, and him and his dad have to go rescue his mom. It's a big thing. But yeah, there's a whole mythology behind it. That's actually the first campaign that I was trying to do years ago under Kickstarter. And it just, I didn't know what I was doing, and I couldn't get enough support behind it. And I was asking for way too much money to start off with. I think I was asking like $5,000, and I got up to my address, not to dox myself, but that was my address. I got to the number, and I don't know. Have you guys ever done a crowdfunding campaign that just failed miserably?
In fact, I just did too.
It totally depresses you.
One of my things with it is, so I set my goal at 1,500. Of course, it took a lot more than that to make the book. But my view on it is, I want to get my book out there, and so if I make a portion of my money back with the campaign, then I can make the rest of it, through like cons and stuff like that. Because these 30-year vets, they've got 30 years in the business. They've done the cons, they've done all the scenes, they've built up audiences. So I don't get discouraged if I don't make all my money back with my campaign.
Well, I was just so uninformed. I thought I did get research. I did. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And anyway, it failed miserably, and it set me back. I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Kickstarter sucks.
Well, now you've got a network of both industry pros and folks that are just doing our IPs as either side jobs or doing our best to hopefully make it a full-time thing. But given my full-time job, it's going to take a long time before this can replace that income. So, but I mean, that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. I'm going to keep going. And, someday either I'll retire and keep doing this if I want to, or if it replaces it, from my mouth to God's ears, that'd be awesome.
Well, the other problem I had was just lack of support. But since becoming part of Comicsgate, I'm telling you, man, it's like a family atmosphere. The community is just so, it's exceptional. I don't care what they say on the internet, all this crap they say about us. None of it's true. Right. And it really opened my eyes. It really did. Like, I was having trouble with my car, and I had just said, hey, I'm kind of, my declaration, as we talked about earlier.
Right.
And I just casually tweeted, because I tend to do that, that I was having trouble with my car. Next thing I know, I'm inundated with commissions. Just people just showing me the love, man. They're like, you're part of the family now, bro. We got to look out for you. And it made me cry, man. I'm not going to kid you. It made me cry. I'm standing there trying to get my car fixed. Look at that guy crying over there. Yeah, it was just so overwhelming. I'm still overwhelmed by it.
Well, speaking of those commissions, let us have a look at some of the stuff that you sent to me. We'll go to this one first, I think. See if I can share this screen. Yep. And then back to StreamYard to add it to the stream. Okay, so now we're here. So the first one I wanted to show, I was sort of like chunking through these. Is this the one? Yeah, let's
Oh, yes.
tell us about this.
This is a piece of sequential art that I did not get paid for. That I was
What?
doing for
Make it bigger?
I was working with a unnamed party, again on Facebook,
Whoa.
and the relationship just kind of went bad, really bad, and I had to pull the plug, man. You know, so I mean it was a shame because I had high hopes for the project, and it was fun. It seemed like a fun idea, all about time travel and superheroes and stuff like that. But I think dude just kind of went crazy on me. I don't know. It's just
Sorry to rub salt in that wound. Let's go to a different one.
no. It's okay. It's okay. And it is business that tends to happen more than it should. You get a hold of people who they seem like they're okay in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, just something happens. I don't know what it is. Either it's a miscommunication on somebody's part, or they just never really had good intentions to begin with, or they're off their meds. You never know.
This.
Okay, this
Your
is
art
a
is
one.
very professional. It looks great.
Thank you, sir. This is actually pretty old. This was something that I did. It was 3 one-page stories that I was doing for this magazine called DAAM, Incorporated. I don't know if the magazine ever came out. I never got a copy. I never heard from the guy again. He come up with this idea. He said, "Hey man, I saw your stuff on Facebook. I think it's great. I want to commission you for some work?" I said, "Yeah, no problem." And he paid me, and I did it and sent it to him, and that was it. I never heard another thing.
Huh.
Yeah, and
That's weird how that happens.
Yeah, he said, "Well, we're going to be at the New York Comic Con, all this other stuff," and I'm like, "Have fun, let me know how it goes." Never heard another word. This is a.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
No, go ahead. All right, that was something I was doing back in the Facebook days. There's a group on there called ICC. I think it's Independent Creators Coalition or something like that. And I don't think they do it anymore, but they used to have this thing where all the guys that were guys and gals, they would all do their part of make their own page of a multi-page story. And nobody ever knew what the other guy was doing. They just had to see what the page was like, and then they continue on from there. And it's such a cool idea. It's so spontaneous, And so that's my page.
I see. Yeah. DC Comics did something like that called DC Challenge back in the late 80s, early 90s, where they had a creative group on issue 1. It was a 12-issue maxi series. They had a creative group on issue 1, and they left it on a cliffhanger on purpose.
Yeah.
In an attempt to challenge the next creative staff who did issue 2 to take it from there. And then, of course, they too left it on a cliffhanger. And that's how it went all the way through until the 12th issue. Cool. That's why they called it DC Challenge.
And then those guys got together later at Image and made Cliffhanger and just stole everything from them.
Ooh,
okay,
I like the look of this gal.
That's another one of the one-page stories, yeah. I think he wanted something to do with he gave me like rough ideas to do, like a one-sentence description.
Uh-huh.
And I just had to go and take it from there.
Okay.
And this was my version of the Egyptian something or other. I don't know.
Let's see what it says.
A long time ago.
If we can read her name.
Simitet or.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's getting blurry because I'm blowing it up too much. Still, that looks awesome. I love that page.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And that's another one of those iHero pages for the. Okay, that's from Z Lunar #1. That's the bad guy, the Monotrox.
Okay.
Yeah, Z Lunar is a not my character. It's James Bethel's character. I'm actually in the middle still of doing Z Lunar 2 for him. James, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I'm getting there, man. I swear.
He's probably, if he is watching, he's sitting there going, "Why are you on stream instead of working on my book?"
Yeah, crack that whip, man. No, James is great. He's been a pal of mine for years, and he's always been very patient with me. He's a big fan of my work, and he basically just gave me the rungs to his character. Said, "Here, make it awesome." So I tried.
Sweet. It looks like you're
Yeah.
doing good.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the first issue, and like I said, working on the second one. This is from something that I was doing on the side, just basically practicing panel layout with a loose story, stuff like that.
Okay.
I didn't really have a name for it. Again, more practicing.
So yeah, this basically, folks, the reason we're doing this, going through his art, is to give you an idea of his skill set, his skill level, and then of course what we'll want to do is steer you toward his commission, and you can find him on Twitter at DonDrawsStuff.
Yep.
DonDrawsStuff. Make sure you got both S's there for draws stuff. And then at the same name, DonDrawsStuff at gmail.com when you're ready to get at him and get him doing some commissions for you.
Yeah, I couldn't get my name, Don Edwards, because that's a old-time country western singer. He's already verified. I contacted his people, they're like, shut up, just go away. Nobody loves you, man. We like our guy. You suck. Stay in Virginia.
Uh-huh.
Draw your little pictures, man. That's, again, more practical. It was going to be this whole thing called Sisters of the Sapphire. And it was about this, basically a female rock and roll band that hunted vampires and werewolves and stuff on their off time. They toured the world. That was their guys. That was their cover guys. They toured the world as this like Spice Girl thing,
Okay.
And they were all imbued with these special crystals and powers and amulets and whatnot. And it was a lot of nothing, it turned out. But I had fun doing what I did of it anyway.
I like the one with the wings.
Yeah, it's something I might revisit later on. Like I said, you just have so many ideas, and sometimes you just hit a wall or something else happens. Yeah.
Right. Well, I think this has legs. I like it.
Thank you.
And I wasn't making a pun there because the chicks have legs. I meant.
Yeah. Well, one of my biggest problems is I'll get disgusted with my own artwork very easily. I read that that's a problem with a lot of artists. They get to working on something and then they stop and like, oh my God, this is garbage.
Ethan was saying that very thing the other night on his stream. He was looking back at some of the work he did for DC, and he said, it's shit. I hate it.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what?
Yeah.
No.
Well, my problem is, and I'm sure there's a few people that will attest to this, I was doing this huge commission for this guy. You probably know the one I'm talking about because it was up on the Facebook. It was the multi-thing commission. I don't know if I can say his name. I can't even remember his name, to be honest with you. But it was like 30, 40 characters.
Wow.
And I must have started this thing 5-6 times. And it's all about trying to get the right pose, because I don't know who these characters are. They're not my characters. That's the problem with drawing somebody else's character, is that you don't know them.
Right.
They don't live in your head.
Yeah.
So a lot of times somebody will commission me for a piece of art and they're like, draw my character, make it look cool. And I'm like, yeah, but I like to know a little bit more about the character. What's the personality of the individual? How did they get their powers? What are they about? And then a lot of times you get a blank page at the end. It's like, I don't know. I just came up with this idea on a piece of line paper. I want to see your version of it. So yeah, to me, when I'm drawing a character, if I know a little bit about hey Amanda, how you doing? If I know a little bit about the character, it helps. Like say Spider-Man. Spider-Man stands a certain way.
Yes.
Spider-Man does things a certain way. Same thing with almost any character. They don't all stand or do stuff the same way. And if you're in a artistic frame of mind and you're trying to give credence to the character that you're drawing, I think it helps to know something about them. Like
right,
you're never going to see Batman standing like a Superman pose with his hands on his hips, proudly. Right. He's always in the dark. crouching down, hiding in the shadows.
You also wouldn't see him in a super casual pose, like leaning over, one arm on a filing cabinet or whatever.
Yeah.
No way.
Round robin. Yeah. What's up, buddy? Boy Wonder, how you doing?
So we had a question way back here from General Piggy. Nicholas, do you want to tell us again how that went?
Yeah. Can you remember the numbers? We had the drawing, and Mark Polton
Number
won
10 was first.
And
10 and 18.
Yeah, 10 and 18.
Also, hail to the general. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to do that. Whoops, sorry.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Don't get us struck.
Hail to the general.
There you go.
Better.
And then speaking of, you're saying you're looking at your older art and seeing the flaws. Chauncey had a comment about that. It's good to look back and see the flaws. It means you're growing.
Yes, and in my case, I've grown too much. I got a lot of weight to lose. Dang, I was 28.
So yeah, General Piggy, you would not have been eligible for the first drawing for the Graham Nolan head sketch, but you would have been eligible, or you were eligible for the second one. But yeah, the numbers were 10 and 18.
But if you add them together, you get 28.
Ooh.
We'll probably have another drawing before the campaign's over, so maybe it'll be 28.
All right, so I got a question. I got a question for Dude. What is the hashtag Team Lion? I must know this. Talk to me.
So
do you want to tell him,
I just
Nicholas?
changed it a few minutes ago because of Amanda. Yeah. So they had a
you were
Indiegogo
pointing
campaign.
at it. I want to know.
Yeah, they had an Indiegogo campaign that's dwarfs versus lion, and so basically what it is 50. Who would win, 50 dwarves or one lion? And of course, the lion's like a mecha lion. It's got all these attachments and stuff, and then all the dwarves have all these mecha attachments and stuff. And it was kind of the way they did it, depending on which book you backed, either Team Lion or Team Dwarf, decided who won, which we don't know yet because the book hadn't come out. So
I'm going with the dwarves, but they got to be hopped up on methamphetamines.
Well, they're all mecha cyber dwarves, and I'm one of them, so the dwarves better win.
Even better, man. Look at that. If you got cybernetics, you don't need methamphetamines.
If you see the book and you see the dwarf that looks angry all the time with a top knot, that's me.
Nice. Angry dwarves. Angry cybernetic dwarves.
This
is the kind of stuff I need to put in Unemployed Duck. This is the kind of stuff right here. I just might. I already got a guy called Purple Tidbit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's the great Emperor Purple Tidbit. He comes from a galaxy far, far away. They're going to rezone, and the Earth. It's in the middle of a hostile takeover. The Earth, they're treating the Earth like a big version of Walmart, but it's called Death Mart, and they're going to turn the Earth into their version of a supercenter. But it's it sounds crazy. I got it from my days of working in a grocery store. It's going to have a really. I like to say it's the kind of comic book that takes itself too seriously. It's going to seem really serious, but it's totally slapstick.
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes you just got to take yourself out of all this serious stuff and all that. And this is just escapism entertainment. I love it.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what it is. I mean, you're talking about a 3-foot, 2-inch green feathered duck who has superpowers that kind of work, kind of don't. He has no self-confidence, but it's up to him to save the planet, to save the universe.
Awesome.
So go figure. Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Best friend is a flea called Invisibill.
All right.
There you go. The flea has superpowers, and he's got super strength and all that. And it's almost like Ant-Man. You see somebody just all of a sudden get picked up and thrown around, but it's the flea.
Okay.
Yeah, I did way too many drugs in the 90s.
Uh-oh. You've got another one. It's Team Dwarf. I think we outnumber you, Nicholas. That lion is going down.
They outnumber the lion too, but he's still going to win.
What you need is 4 more lions and then Voltron that bad boy. See?
No. Don't help him. What are you doing? Okay, guys, we're coming up to the top of the hour. So what I want to do is first we're going to start with you, Nicholas. And what I'd like to ask you to do is tell us where we can find you on the socials. And again, remind us the name of the campaign.
Yeah, so I'm on Twitter just at Nicholas Geer. Also have a Relentless Tin Soldier Facebook page, and the book's Relentless Tin Soldier too.
All right. Go look for that on Indiegogo, folks. He is fully funded, and he said that the art is all done. We're just looking for some colors and letters still. So it's nearly complete, which is a great position to be in when you've got a book close to fulfillment. So yeah, that's awesome.
You need help
Don?
with the letters? You need help with the letters?
I've got a guy that's already doing it. Do you?
Oh, the hell with that guy, man. Let me do it. Come on.
He's already about halfway done with the letters. So
we're met here on the StreamYard. We're pals now. Come on. Kick it like the old days, man.
We've known each other forever.
Waiting for issue 3. He's halfway done with the first one. Or second
all right. I'll let it slide this time.
All right, Don. Oh, look at this. He says, General Piggy says, blasphemy. Tell us, Don, where we can find you on the socials.
You can find me on the Insta, on the Twitter, and Facebook at DonDrawsStuff. It's always at DonDrawsStuff. That's 2 S's, not 1, 2. But my PayPal, it's got 1 S.
Oh.
Yeah, got to change it up. Got to confuse the whole people, all of them.
I don't know if I would do that on the part that gets me paid, though.
Well, I did not have a choice, sir.
Oh, okay.
But I do believe I got a clickable link up on my bio pretty much everywhere. And if I don't, I will rectify that situation.
No, yes, you do. And his information is also in the description below. And then real quick, I'm at Dojo Kun Comics on Twitter. I am on YouTube, where you're finding me right here at youtube.com/c/Dojo Kun Comics. So thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate the time and the look at the campaign and all of the art. It has been fun, and looking forward to talking to you guys in the near future.
Most definitely.
Appreciate you having me.
Anytime, man.
All right, take care.
Good luck to you, sir. Do we follow each other on Twitter yet? If not, I'm going to find you.
We will if we don't.
All right, get to that, guys.
It's on.
Take care now.
Night, peeps.